Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we will be speaking about the Antardasha. So we have one lecture about the mahadasha, but unfortunately it is in the Polish language on the channels. So now we will be speaking about the Antardasha because I got many questions on my Instagram and on my newsletter. So this video is like an answer to many questions which I got on the email and also on the Instagram regarding the last post about the Antardasha and last newsletter about the same topic. So we will try to explain a little bit more in this video. So Antardasha today, and if you like this video then please click the like button, and if you'd like to be notified about similar videos in the future, please click that subscribe button with the bell notification on. So let's dive right into the video. So the first question would be, what is the Antardasha? This is the sub-period. So the dasha is the system of timing in Vedic astrology. So we have basically the gochara, the transits, and also the dasha, which is the order of planets. I make a video about the difference between these two systems. So if you'd like to be informed about the differences, then you can always click that video here. So we have the chart, which is showing the karma of the person. And in that chart, we have many yogas, the combination between the planets. They are forming various relations. The sambandha, we have basically 4 types of relation. We have the parivartana, which is the exchange. We have the yuti, which is conjunction, 2 planets being in one sign. We have drishti, the aspect. We have 2 types of drishti. We have rasi and graha drishti, so the planetary and the sign aspect. And we have also some combination of parivartana and drishti. So we have these 4 types of sambandha forming. So now this whole chart is basically showing the dynamic of the karma. Now when various parts of this matrix, karmic matrix, will be released, this is very important information because we have the 4th dimension, the time. We have to also understand how this time is activating those various parts of our karma. This is very important because, for example, you may have a good part of the chart and you may have also not so good ones. And depending how the dasha is activating in your life, this may be in your young age, in the middle age, in the old age. So for example, if you don't have time, then basically you may talk to the client or to your friends, family members about the part of the chart which was already there. The karma is already done. All the karma has not yet come to the person, so the client may not know what you are talking about. Recently I have a reading and there was some combination in the chart, and that problematic yoga was brought only after marriage. So before marriage, this part of person's life, of this karmic baggage, was not known to the person. So if the astrologer would talk about this part to the client before the marriage, which brought that karma, then that would be totally unknown to the person and will not resonate with the person. So it's important also to place all those parts of the chart in the time, and that is the function of the dasha. So luckily the rishis, the authors, the sages of Vedic texts or astrological texts, they have given us the order how these planets are activated throughout life. For example, we know that the first, this is in the popular Vimshotri, we are starting with the Ketu. So the Ketu is the first. Then we have Venus, because it's like nakshatra. The first nakshatra is Ashwini, lorded by Ketu. So we have Ketu, Venus, Sun, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, Mercury. Poor lamp. So you may think, how on earth to remember those? So how I do it is that I have connection of each of these planets to a number. This is a great way to remember both nakshatras and this dasha order. For example, Ketu is 1, Venus is 2nd, Sun is 3rd, Moon 4th, Mars 5th, Rahu 6th, Jupiter 7th, Saturn 8th, and Mercury is the 9th. So similarly, for example, the Mula nakshatra is the 19th one, also loaded by Ketu because it's 19 nakshatra. So it's easy way to remember lordship of nakshatra. It's also the order of planets in the Vimshotri scheme. So in other dashas, there will be different order, but the Vimshotri is most popular one, the most important one, especially in this Kali Yuga according to the texts. So this is the dasha. We have the order of planets. Based on this order of planets, we know when specific yoga of the chart will come to fore, when it will be activated. It's not always so easy Because depending on other factors, maybe also other dashas, the one point in the chart, one yoga, can be activated in various ways. It can be planet itself, drishti, dispositor. So dispositor, very important part of the Antardasha. We'll be talking about the tools soon. So the dispositor is very important. And therefore it's a bit complicated. On one hand, it's easy because we have this Dasha order. And as I said in that video comparing Dasha to Gochara, it's much easier because we have one focus, one planet is really working. But it's also some complication there because this one planet in the chart, one yoga, one house, whatever, which is showing some part of karma, can be activated in various ways through drishti, planet itself, conjunction, dispositor, and navamsa dispositor. So probably we need another tool to be more sure which dasha will activate specific house or which planet is activating specific element of the yoga, because the yoga may also have different parts in it. There may be some relationship part and property part. So if the planet is aspecting, is it really activating the property or is it activating relationship, or both maybe, or both in which way? So one way, or the best way to understanding, is that it will activate all the parts. Now it will activate all the parts in different way, and how it will activate those parts we have to see in Varga, in the divisional chart. So we take the same planets in the divisional chart, the dasha. This is the great thing about the Vedic astrology and also about the dasha, that we can take that one planet to the Varga and see in the Varga how it is going on. Okay, so now the main part, I want to give you a few tools which I'm using all the time, which I learned around in the beginning of my journey, around 2005, let's say, by my teacher Visti Larsen. And very important tools. Part of them you can read also, and you can find examples how they work in this book, Crux of Vedic Astrology. This is the Jyotish Bible by Sanjay Rath. So there are many charts and how these yogas are activated, timing marriage, timing childbirth, and work, when the work can happen. So all these rules which we are using now, like the 5th house in the Shamsa is giving us the new job. Now it seems very easy, but that was given by that book, Crux of Vedic Astrology. So I would say that the first important tool is the dispositor. What is dispositor? For example, if you have any yoga in Libra, then the Venus Dasha may activate this yoga. So when the Venus comes, whatever is in Libra or Taurus will come to your life. If you have good yogas there, good things will happen, depending what lordship is there. If there is bad yoga, then whatever is there will come to you. Similarly, in Aries Scorpio, loaded by Mars. So if you have any yoga in Aries or in Scorpio, then in the Dasha of Mars, this yoga will get activated. Now, very important thing, we need to see also the navamsha. So that is the additional part. If you miss that part, then the 50% of your prediction you may ignore. So it's very important. For example, you may experiment with 10th from moon. It's working all the time. 10th from moon, see the Lord and dispositor of that Lord, and dispositor of navamsha, dispositor of that Lord will activate the work. We could say that when it's activated by navamsha, then it's maybe more circumstantial. The navamsha is more external. It's not effect of your efforts from this life. Maybe it is the effect of mantra, maybe of some other people, because navamsha shows other people, not only relationships. Some various form of partnership. Also the relationship between a student and the guru is also the navamsha. So dispositor is very important. You always need to check that. For example, you may have Jupiter Dasha. See what is in the signs of Jupiter, Sagittarius, Pisces, in Rashi and in navamsha. This yoga will get activated in the time when the Jupiter is activated. So we say in the Dasha of Jupiter. Second nice rule is that whichever arudas are in the 2nd, 5th, 9th, or in joining planet itself, joining the Dasha planet, will also get activated. So if you have A7 or Upapada in those houses, then you may enter serious relationship. If there is A4, it may be related to property. If there is Aruda Lagna, it may be related to some important event related to your job, or whatever is increasing your fame, or whatever is adding to your image, your name. your name gets important in those dashas. So arudas in second from a dasha, from a graha dasha, from a planet which is now working in your chart, and fifth, 9. So trikona and the second. And of course the aruda which is joining the graha dasha itself. So the planet which is activated. Planet joining A5 or A9, then maybe the children are coming in the dasha. So that is very important rule. So now we have dispositor and now we have arudas in second and in the trikona. Very important part when it comes to navamsha is that we are seeing trikona from the house. For example, for the timing marriage, we may see trikona. So again, first, fifth and ninth from the seventh house. These planets in those places, according to Crux of Vedic Astrology, will also be activating during the dasha. So if you are timing marriage, the trikona to the seventh house in the navamsha, these planets are very often activated during the either meeting of the partner or marriage, engagement, or any important time related to partnership. So that is the third rule. Fourth, very important, is that I get a few mails regarding this. We are looking for relationship between mahadasha and antardasha. And there are many interesting rules when it comes to what will happen during that period. For example, if the Antardasha is in second or 7, then it's a dangerous period for the native. The health may go down because it's a maraka. If it's in the trikona, if the Antardasha is in trikona or 5th or 9th from mahadasha, then it means that it's supporting whatever the mahadasha is supporting. The Antardasha will say, yes, I vote for this. So then be careful what the mahadasha is showing. So it's not so blind that if the Antardasha is in trikona or kendra to mahadasha, it's always good, because it depends what the mahadasha, the main period, wants to do. Because whatever this mahadasha wants to do, if the Antardasha planet is in kendra or trikona, this will want to support this. So the relationship between the Antardasha and mahadasha is very important. Is the Antardasha supporting? Is it showing some kind of stress if it's maraka, 2nd and 7th? Or is it in the same house? So it basically can show some ego issues also between the people who are coming and us, how the goals are then functioning together, because we remember that mahadasha is showing me and the Antardasha is showing other people. So are these planets then in this situation friendly, or are they in inimical nature, and also other avasta, other states? And the last tool which I want to share with you is the Anubhava. This is very important because this is showing what is the goal and focus of the dasha. For example, if you have mahadasha and antardasha in one house, then this house will be the focus. If the planet is in 7th, then it goes back to that house. So if you have, let's say, mahadasha in 3rd, antardasha in 9th, then from 1 to 7 is 7, from 3 to 9 is 7, and then we count 7 back. So it goes back to 3rd house. So whatever is in the 3rd house, whatever yoga is there. So Anubhava means the experience. What we experience, what is the focus? We are counting the distance from mahadasha to the antardasha, and we are counting the same distance from the antardasha. Then we will get the one house, and that house will be the focus. Let's say we have mahadasha in the 1st house, Antardasha in the 4th house, then from 1st to 4th we have 4 houses. We count 4th from the 4th, which will be 7. So the focus of the period of mahadasha in 1st and Antardasha in 4th will be 7th. Wow, this is new. This is a new concept. Because the 1st and 4th has nothing to do, 4th may have to do with relationship very much, because it's like home. How is your home? But it's not about the partnership itself. So now if mahadasha is in 3rd, antardasha is in 4th, then the focus is on the 7th house. Very important. Similarly, let's say another example. If you have mahadasha in 11th, antardasha in 12th, then you count from 11 to 12, you have 2. From 12, 2nd house will be lagna, ascendant, you yourself, health, intelligence, image, whatever the 1st house is showing. If there are other yogas there, you need to take those also into consideration. So mahadasha of 11th house, antardasha of 12th house give the focus on the lagna, on the ascendant. So this is very new, because you have then new house, new information. If you are using this Anubhava, you will get ahead of others in interpreting the chart, because now you have another dimension, another information about what is the focus, maybe what is the lesson also, what this period wants me to focus on, right? So this is also very important, and often the main event, what is happening really, can be more related to that Anubhava, that house of experience, because that is what we are experiencing. So we'll end here. I hope these tools will increase your knowledge about interpreting the chart, will add something to the way you are analyzing the charts. I hope you find it also interesting and informative. If you do, please click that thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm to be my videos more visible on that platform. So I'm very grateful for that. And if you subscribe, then you will be always notified when the new videos like this is coming. So this channel is all about showing you and improving your abilities and knowledge related to Vedic astrology. So if you are interested in that, then please subscribe and see you in the next one.